Welcome. You're watching Afternoon Digest with me, Vidusha Agarwal. Join us as we break down the day's top stories and bring you the latest developments from around the globe. In our first, despite numerous aftershocks, Taiwan's Hualien County, recently struck by an earthquake, experienced minor damage with no casualties reported. Major chipmaker TSMC also confirmed that its operations remained unaffected by the seismic activity. Now, Hualien, a predominantly rural and thinly populated area, endured a 7.2 magnitude earthquake on April 3, claiming the lives of at least 14 individuals. Since then, over 1,000 aftershocks have been recorded in the region. Buildings in various areas of northern, eastern and western Taiwan, including Taipei, experienced swaying throughout the night due to a series of earthquakes. The largest quake measured 6.3 in magnitude, all of which were shallow. The Central Weather Administration attributed the spate of earthquakes, totaling about 180 since Monday afternoon, to aftershocks from the significant quake on April 3. The Hualien Fire Department reported that 2 buildings which had been uninhabited due to damage from the April 3 earthquake sustained further damage and were leaning. Fortunately, there were no casualties reported. Hamas ally Hezbollah said on Monday that it had fired dozens of Katyusha rockets at an army headquarters in northern Israel in the response to raids targeting villages in southern Lebanon. Let us tell you that since Hamas's unprecedented October 7 attack on Israel triggered war in Gaza, there have been near daily cross-border exchanges of fire between the Israeli army and Iran-backed Hezbollah. Amid escalating Israel-Iran tensions, Hezbollah intensified its attacks on Israeli military targets, bombarding the headquarters of the 3rd Infantry Brigade of the 91st Division with dozens of Katyusha rockets. Now, this was in response to Israeli attacks on southern villages and civilian homes, most recently in Srifa, Odaise and Rab Latin. Now, Lebanon's official national news agency NNA reported Israeli strikes on the 3 villages on Monday. The Israeli military reported approximately 35 rocket launches from Lebanon into northern Israel, targeting the Ein Zaytim area. No injuries were reported and Israeli troops struck the sources of the launches.
खानदानी लुटेरों की कोशिश होगी बेकार, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार।
इस तरह आरकेडीएफ विश्वविद्यालय राज्य और देश के आधुनिक और उच्च विश्वविद्यालयों में से एक है। आरकेडीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी, ये है आरकेडीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी। आरकेडीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी, a world-class university. Education glorifies nation.
British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announced on Monday that the first flight carrying illegal migrants bound for Rwanda would depart within the next 10 to 12 weeks, regardless of any obstacles. Now, Sunak emphasized that all necessary arrangements have been made to kickstart the deportation process. Britain's Conservative government secured the passage of its controversial Rwanda deportation bill on Monday, despite criticism from human rights campaigners, immigration experts, and legal critics. Critics argue that the bill is inhumane, unworkable, and damages the country's reputation for upholding the rule of law. Let me tell you that the legislation enables the government to send certain asylum seekers on one-way flights to Rwanda, where their claims would be processed by authorities. If granted refugee status, they would be resettled in Rwanda rather than in Britain. The new bill, despite facing significant opposition in the House of Lords, effectively overrides a ruling by Britain's Supreme Court. However, deportation attempts are expected to face numerous legal challenges, diminishing the likelihood of large-scale deportations to Rwanda. Amid scrutiny in Singapore and Hong Kong over alleged cancer-causing agents found in masalas, Indian spice brand Everest reassured consumers that they adhere strictly to food safety and standards mandated by authorities like the Indian Spice Board and FSSAI. The company clarified that its spices have not been banned in either country. Every shipment goes through quality inspection by the Spice Board of India. It was quoted as saying, added that they are awaiting an official communication to understand the issue and our quality control team will look into the matter. According to NDTV, a spokesperson from Everest stated that their spices haven't faced ban in Singapore or Hong Kong. They explained that Singapore's Food Safety and Authority requested their importer to temporarily recall and hold the product for further inspection following Hong Kong's recalled alert. Let us tell you that Everest is a 57-year-old spice brand founded by late Varilal Haisha. The company is said to be India's largest manufacturer of pure and blended spices and is present in more than 80 countries globally. The BJP, also called Bharatiya Janata Party, has filed a formal complaint with the Election Commission of India against Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, alleging that he is conspiring to divide the country in the name of language and region. In its complaint, the BJP accused Rahul Gandhi of spreading misinformation on various political or critical issues, including poverty and concept of one nation, one leader, one language. The party has called for strict action against Gandhi, alleging that he is actively involved in promoting divisive agendas and sowing discord. Speaking to reporters, Tarun Chugh said, "Today we have complaints to the Election Commission about the way Rahul Gandhi is constantly conspiring to divide the country in the name of language and region. We have said that Rahul Gandhi, is a habitual offender of spreading myths, telling lies. This time, Congress has hatched a conspiracy to make the country fight by creating a rift between North and South." Tarun Chugh further said that the BJP respects every language and has promised further developments and promotion of the Tamil language. That's all for the afternoon updates. We look forward to bringing you more insightful updates tomorrow. Until then, download the app and keep watching Rhythm.